Hello everybody, my name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, since we did not do an injury report video ahead of the Bulls and Portland game, there actually is an injury that we need to discuss in relation to the Chicago Bulls that could be a pretty big one. And this refers to Patrick Williams. If you guys noticed, he did not play in the last game against the Portland Trail Blazers, and there is some news about this injury that I want to provide for you guys. Before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and also subscribe if you are new, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls, Patrick Williams, and what's going to take place if he's going to miss some time for the Bulls. Is there a glimmer of hope that some of our young guys could truly develop in this time frame, or do you think the Bulls are going to be weak and vulnerable in that position that we oh so desperately need, and that is the forward positions? Now, without further ado, let's get started. So what is the news about Patrick Williams? Well, granted, at this point in time, there isn't much news about Patrick Williams. We don't know the significance of the injury. We don't necessarily know exactly what caused the injury. We don't know how long he's going to be out for. Hopefully, all these things will be known by the time this video is uploaded, because if you guys don't know, since I am from Australia, these videos are recorded ahead of time and uploaded at the time that is most convenient, I believe, early in the morning in Chicago and stuff of that nature. And I feel like that is the right thing to do at the end of the day. But with that being said, I won't know the information before you guys do. So maybe you guys can let me know what you think about Patrick Williams' injury and the news updates there. But as far as I know, the only thing that we truly know about Patrick Williams' injury is that he's wearing a moon boot, I believe. So again, if his foot is in a boot, essentially, the way that I see it at least, and I'm going to make an assumption here that might not be the right thing to do, but that means to me he's going to be out for at least a short period of time. Let's put it this way, I can't see him coming back against the Toronto Raptors, if you know what I mean. So it's going to be at least a couple of days, potentially weeks, maybe even longer. So it's going to be an interesting, I guess, next couple of days for the Chicago Bulls to really understand Patrick Williams' injury. And before I get any further, I would like to wish Patrick Williams a speedy recovery. I hope he gets better soon. I hope this injury is not serious, and I hope that the Chicago Bulls will be able to play another game again with Patrick Williams in the lineup and see if he can actually deliver some good productive minutes for the Chicago Bulls. But what does this mean for the Bulls in its entirety? Well, Patrick Williams is the type of guy that gets a lot of critiques and a lot of criticism for the Chicago Bulls. If he has one bad game, you can guarantee Bulls fans will be swarming to critique the guy. And whether you like it or not, some will say it's warranted, some say it is not warranted. I'm not here to really tell you guys what to do. All I know is that he is a productive player in terms of the two-way capabilities. First and foremost, I truly think he's our best forward. And whether you like to say that or you don't like to say that, that is something we are going to miss with Patrick Williams out of the lineup. He provides great defensive capabilities. He's very athletic. He's very strong for his size. And on his best days, he could be a very valuable scorer for the Chicago Bulls. When he gets into the mid-range, when he can get into the paint, and when he's productive from the three-point line, that adds value to the Chicago Bulls. Even if it's the value you can't necessarily see, or even if it's not superstar value like people want him to be, it's still value that helps this Bulls team. So we will be missing that with Patrick Williams out of the lineup. A 6'8" guy, I believe, maybe, you know, around along those lines, 6'7". I'm not sure his exact height, but he's one of the only forwards that I could truly say at his best is a solid defender and can guard forwards that unfortunately the rest of this Bulls team might struggle in, because we are a very small team. We don't necessarily have a lot of forwards. Torrey Craig is still out for the Chicago Bulls, so our forward depth has gotten drastically worse with Patrick Williams in this moon boot. So that's the first thing we are going to miss, just his production on the court. Again, I'm not telling you he's going to progress to become a superstar level player. I'm not even going to tell you he's going to become an all-star level player. I don't know what Patrick Williams is going to turn out to be in 3, 4, 5 years' time with multiple years in experience in the NBA. But we will miss his two-way capabilities. Even at the bare minimum, that is what you're going to miss with Patrick Williams. So let's move on into the next part. What else do we miss with Patrick Williams? Well, I think with Patrick Williams, you just miss that size. You miss the size. Again, he's our second, maybe our third biggest player. Andre Drummond, sizable guy, plays in the center position, is a center. Nikola Vucevic is a center, 7 foot, Not great in the paint whatsoever and not a great defender at all, but can rebound the ball well. Patrick Williams is our next big guy, technically. And again, when you miss that, what are you going to see? You're going to see a lot of unproven guys get the opportunity to play. You're going to see a lot of multi-guard systems. And unfortunately, you're going to see the Bulls sometimes get dominated in a lot of categories. I can say wholeheartedly, even though I thought we were the better team against Portland, even though I thought we won the game. So, of course, that's something to be happy with. The rebounding battle is something that we lost again. And I'm not saying Patrick Williams is the responsibility of that, because we have lost offensive rebounding battles. We have lost rebounding battles in general with, obviously, Patrick Williams in the lineup. But it does help, especially when Patrick Williams has that mindset to rebound the ball. So these are the things that you're going to miss with Patrick Williams. At the bare minimum, not talking about his potential, I'm talking about what he produces this season. Now, let's talk about what does this mean for the Bulls. Well, we are weak in that position, but there is still belief by some Bulls fans, and I'm one of them, that there is a young guy on the horizon waiting for an opportunity to really take advantage of. And I'm hoping that guy, no matter who it is, takes advantage of it. There's two guys that are going to benefit from Patrick Williams being out of the lineup, and that is Dalen Terry, and that is Julian Phillips. Again, this is the first time ever, I believe, in a Bulls regular season game that you saw Julian Phillips play the first quarter with five minutes in and play 20 plus minutes in a game. That is a rare sight, to say the least, for a guy like Julian Phillips. He must have loved that opportunity to get out on the floor for productive minutes in a team that is going up and down at the moment, but a team that could welcome his attributes and welcome his position. And he delivered well. He scored 11 points, caught alley-oops, got a block shot. He rebounded well, I believe. Got a couple of and ones. He went to the line. There's not much to dislike, my apologies, about Julian Phillips' performances. In fact, he even made a 3 last game. Now, I'm not saying Julian Phillips is going to be the next best thing. I'm not even saying Julian Phillips can even replicate what he does this game in the next one out. I would love to see it. I hope he can. There's some good attributes to him. But at least in the forward position, there will be players playing with a point to prove. That's the only positive I can take away from this situation, because another injury in a situation and in a place that we need depth is going to hurt us, no matter how you see it. But at least now, Dalen Terry and Julian Phillips will be playing with a point to prove until Patrick Williams is able to come back. And let's just say one of those guys really do grab that opportunity and never look back. Not only will that help this Bulls team in the long run, but it will also cement a spot, whether it's starting, probably not though, but off the bench, that they could capitalize on a consistent level. This is exactly what happened with Ayo Dosunmu, ladies and gentlemen. Lonzo Ball went down with an injury. Ayo Dosunmu had a terrific start to the season. He grabbed his opportunities in small doses, and because of that, in his first season, he became a trusted starter for the Chicago Bulls, and now he's considered a dependable bench player that can start games to make an impact and can come off the bench and make an impact. This could be an opportunity for Dalen Terry or Julian Phillips to do the same. So I hope they take advantage of that opportunity, because not only will that benefit the Bulls, we could still win some games and not lose drastic weaknesses with Patrick Williams out of the lineup if one of those guys step up to the plate, but it can also help cement their spot in the Chicago Bulls bench unit and potentially in a starter's role in the near future. These are the things you have to look at. It's the next man up mentality. No one's going to feel sorry for us. No one's going to say, oh man, Patrick Williams is out. That's another forward out for the Chicago Bulls. I guess we're going to play easy on them this game. Ain't nobody going to do that for the Chicago Bulls, and we've not done that to other teams that have suffered the same fate. So we've got to make sure that these guys can step up to the plate, and Billy Donovan needs to instill some trust in these guys now that we have seen what they can do. Julian Phillips scores 11 points in this game. That's amazing to see. But you know what's not going to be amazing to see? If he comes into the next game against the Raptors, where we will probably need forward help, and Julian Phillips is nowhere to be seen, or Julian Phillips is sent back to the G League. That's going to be disheartening, and that's not going to be what I want to see from the Chicago Bulls team. Julian Phillips played great minutes today. Whatever he does in the next game, 11 points again, 0 across the boards. I'd like to see him play some big minutes in the next game and actually put some faith that he can get a run up until Torrey Craig and Patrick Williams return. And then, of course, you do what you think is best for this Bulls team going forward once those guys are able to play. But let me know what you guys think. And thank you so much for watching. Drop a like and a follow and or subscribe if you are new. I will see you in the next Bulls-related video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.